It is nothing like the meeting when two people come together. And it is at this point where everything you do and everything you say is going to dictate the future of your chances of sleeping with this woman. Now, in this part of the meeting, you have to understand the reason that she has the high ground with most regular males is because she's been there before, she's seen it, and in her mind, she has a blueprint on every guy. And in that blueprint, there is a systematic row and levels of how she's going to handle every situation with every guy. There's going to be the guy that's going to use the pickup line. There's going to be the guy that offers to buy her drinks. There's going to be the guy that's going to want to roll fruit at her feet. There's going to be the guy that is going to walk on eggshells around her. There's going to be the guy that is going to beg. There's going to be the guy that is nervous. There's going to be the guy that has no idea what he wants to say, so he's just going to say anything. There's going to be the guy that's going to be smooth when it's time not to be smooth. There's going to be the guy that's going to be flirty when it's not time to be flirty. There's the guy that's going to be funny when it's not time to be funny. So she has the high ground in this situation because every guy she has met so far, she has a book in her mind on how to handle the situation. Now, as the woman with the high ground in her mind, she's thinking, okay, do I want to use him up and throw him away? What do I want to do? And that on her part is based on how she's feeling at that moment because she already has so many guys like the regular male that sometimes she doesn't really want to deal with anybody else because she has so many right now that's vying for her attention and that's kissing her ass and walking on eggshells. So she automatically knows the one note Charlie is coming. She knows you're coming. She sees you coming. And before you can even open your mouth to her, she already knows what is going to happen before you even know what's going to happen. She has an idea, number one, that there will not be any affection, there will not be any sex, and the closest thing you're going to get to her is a hug. She knows this. She already has this set up in her head. So in her mind, she knows when you come up to her and you try to approach her and talk to her, this is who you are and this is what she's going to get. And for a lot of you guys, you don't even know that she already knows you before you even explain who you are. And that's what a lot of guys don't get. These women are not really stupid. They're pretty smart. And she automatically sees the chessboard when it comes to you guys. Excuse me, I can't say chessboard, the checkerboard. She sees the checkerboard. She knows what you're going to do. She knows how you're going to behave. She knows how to pull your strings. She knows how to get you to do things. She knows how to make you move. I mean, it's just a kite mentality because in her mind, she knows the regular male has no type of foundation. But that's not where the attraction is going to come at. See, when I walk up to her, I'm coming at her not from the left, not from the right, not from the left, not up or not down. I'm coming straight at her, and that's the first step that really kind of throws her off her game because most of the time everybody's coming at her in all different directions, but never straightforward because most guys feel that they're not good enough to go straight forward at her and let her know what is. So what they do is they give her a bunch of what could be type of applications to be able to hang out with her and hopefully be able to connect with her. I need her to know from Jump Street that I speak for the king and the war. I mean, excuse me, the king and the man. I am that warrior. I'm coming at you. I'm letting you know that I am not number one by the way I behave, that I'm not like everyone else. And that's the beginning of her thinking that she has the high ground. And the more she thinks she has the high ground, the less high ground she actually has with a man. Because I'm going at her like the warrior, I'm coming straight at her, she is not expecting that. And the fact that she's not expecting that is she has no idea how to handle that situation. Now for her, now what's good for her, and don't get me wrong, guys, she has dealt with a male in a man mask, meaning she has dealt with individuals who are like us, but they fake like they're us. And then eventually the mask comes off, and then they see these guys for who they are. You know, you have guys out there teach you, telling you how to be macho and alpha and be a man and be all this other stuff, when they don't know about their kings and they don't know about their warriors and all that. They have no idea. So they play a role of acting like they're a man. So they're used to me or my kind approaching her. So she's used to that. But this is where the train falls off the track, because if he's coming again, you have three phases that, or three, have so many. It could be this, like I said, the smooth, the funny, or the flirty. So most guys will try to use one thing because they're one note pony. So what they will do is they will come in as a smooth guy, or they'll come in as the flirty guy, or they'll come in as the funny guy. She will, and the thing is, they won't come from the side. They'll come right at her because they know that's what we do. And that's all they've been taught, is to go straight at her. And once they go straight at her, she's already prepared for that. She's prepared for every kind of guy that's going to come at her in every kind of way. And it is at this moment when you two collide, that's how they're going to make your relationship, or it's going to break your relationship, or it's going to make you have nothing at all. Now, at this moment, she automatically knows who you are and how you're coming at her. But what she doesn't know is that we can do the things that most males can't do, and that is adjust. So if I'm coming in smooth and coming right at her, well, the normal guy, the male that comes in smooth and comes right at her, what she will do is then she might adjust who she is. Because don't think just because we have these things, guys, that they don't. So she might adjust from taking in you being smooth, then all of a sudden she might be flirty, or she might be funny. And somebody who is not used to making the adjustments, they're going to stay in their character of being smooth. And they're not going to be able to balance and shift from one to the other. And it's going to show her at that moment, in that time, that you are a fake, lying, deceiving, manipulative person. And if you want to play those type games, silly games, win silly prizes, and she's going to then hunt you. You want to play games with me? This is who you really are? Someone you don't even know who you are. That's what she's thinking. So if you don't know who you are, then come on. If you want to play the game, let's play the game. And what happens at this moment, you stay smooth, she stays flirty, and then she realizes about her being more flirty with you, it begins to either intimidate you because you're not used to a woman being maybe upfront and honest and straightforward with you. Or instead of being flirty, she can switch to being funny, being goofy, doing silly things. And while she's having a good time over here laughing and being funny and all this other stuff, you're over here like just still being smooth in the cubby. Yeah, that's cool, that's cool. And you're going to lose at that point. What I want to do, and I want you guys to do, is when you go in that environment, she's going to change it. I don't care what it is. It's either going to be from smooth to funny, smooth to flirty, flirty to funny, flirty to smooth. She's going to change it. So however you come at her, whether it, like I say, for me, I'm coming in either the smooth, the funny, or the flirty, automatically. If she sees me as coming in as flirty, okay, if she's coming in as flirty and she begins to adjust, like I say, the weather, or she begins to adjust, I need to be able to adjust with the environment at that notice. So if it's like this, I need to change it up. If it comes like here and I'm talking, it comes like here, I got to change it up. I have to be able to change it up, because it's the change up that is going to build and create the attraction. She is not used to anybody being able to change up when she does it. Matter of fact, she may even take it, because when you throw her off by being able to change and adapt to your environment, this is when the games really begin. Because now you have just sort of separated yourself from everybody else. And then from that point, she is going to keep constantly trying to change herself up, because she already knows she has a long list of change ups. And she wants to make sure that, wait a second, whoa, That was quick. He changed up. Not bad. Okay, well, let me hit you with this. Let me throw this at you. Let me throw that at you. And she will constantly keep throwing things at you. And guys, we're talking about an interaction that happens, and this all happens in minutes. All of this stuff I'm talking about happens in minutes because it's within this moment and in this time that's either going to make you or break you. And this is why it is so important in this point right here that you know what you're doing and you're able to adjust to the environment, because when the meeting comes together, it is going to make you or break you depending on what you say and what you do. And we want to make sure that you know that you're doing everything you possibly can to show her that you are totally different than everybody else. Because if you cannot show her that, then you're not going to be able to get her. But as long as you're showing her, she's like, oh my God, he's different. Oh my God, there's something different about him. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but I want to talk to him. Wow. I've never met. Wow. And when you give her that moment, now again, she's not showing you this on the outside. Remember, the outside environment doesn't matter to me. It does not matter to the warrior. It's what she's thinking. And you can tell that she is going in her head trying to come up with a bunch of other things to try to knock us off of our kilter. It's not going to work because we are in control. And I can switch from the smooth to the flirty to the funny to the funny to the smooth just like that. Just like that. Without missing a beat. And she is not used to that. She's used to that one note Charlie. And it is here, guys, when we have the interaction, that it begins to change everything. Environments begin to change. Her thoughts begin to change. And when you have the upper ground, you then begin to put her in a scenario, in a situation where she has never been before. And that is being lost, what I call the lost animal, the lost baby or something, like just in an environment she's never been in. And that's what we will be discussing next, the more of the meeting and what happens when it takes place, because right now we just interacted. And it is right here where she thinks she knows me. And she thinks that she can do certain things to throw me off. And when it doesn't happen that way, I slowly separate myself from the pack of all these guys. And once you separate yourself from the pack, the focus is not on a pack with her. The focus begins to be on you.